Good afternoon. This is my assignment 13. I'm first just going to start off describing the situations of my families, and then I'll go on to what to prepare for the conferences and then what to consider. So for my first student, her name is Alba. She lives in a multilingual household. Her father speaks German and her mother speaks Spanish. The father speaks, his first language is German, and he predominantly speaks German. However, he also can speak Spanish, and he understands most of English, but struggles to communicate it back within conversation. And then the mother, she mostly speaks Spanish. She speaks broken English, and also she can also speak some Swedish. And this is due to Alba's father's job. His job has him to travel. So Alba was previously in a Swedish school where she had to speak that language. And then Joshua is my second student, and he is, his father's first language is Japanese, and his mother speaks French. And so he speaks those two languages in the household. Both of those parents speak English well. However, he is a brother who is deaf, and so the family is trying to learn ASL and encourages Joshua to speak ASL outside of the family house. So a few things that I would do to consider before going into this conference is I would translate any paperwork that I can for the family. So any reports, any formal assessments, I would try to translate ahead of time. I think first communicate with the parents and schedule a time with them in person, and then also ask them what language they predominantly speak, or what language they feel comfortable speaking. So that I can be prepared to either get an interpreter and then what to translate the paperwork as. Also, what I would do is I would research any kind of multiculturalism. Like I would research, the German language, the French language, and so on, because all of these parents might value their student speaking these languages. And those are some things that I would want to consider, and also do a self-reflection to make sure that I don't hold any biases. And then during the conference, what I would do is I would basically just listen and learn and make sure that I'm asking questions like, what does the communication at home look like, and what are the main languages you speak to each other? You know, as the parent being the main advocate for the student, I'd ask questions like what the child's interests are and what their goals are for their child, and what maybe the child's goals are, that if they have said it to the parents. I'd also ask questions, getting more background on the family and the student, like what school did the child go to before, and if there was anything in particular that they appreciated, how that school did things. And then also I would ask them what they do at home to support language learning. And then I'd also ask what language does the child seem to be learning first for reading and writing. But overall, I would make sure that I was building relationship with them, that I was smiling through the process and making eye contact, not speaking to the student if the student speaks English, or only speaking to the parent who speaks English, but making sure I'm reaching all the family members. Again, like for Joshua's situation, where he has a little brother who's deaf, I would ask the family if they would want me to encourage ASL in the classroom. And then for Alba, since she has a history of speaking or speaks Swedish, I'd ask the family if they'd like me to consider that process, so that in the classroom I can be able to be incorporating the languages that her parents wish to learn, as well as teaching the dominant language, which is English. But anyway, this is my assignment 13. Families, thank you for watching. Bye.